Obviously, the stat that really stands out is 24 assists. That might be our season high, and obviously we made shots, which helps with the assist number. But I really did feel like the ball was moving, and when it's popping around and people are just looking for the right play, that's when shots do start going in, and that's huge. I mean, I look at Nate, Josh, and Pete; those three combined for 16 assists and 1 turnover. That's pretty awesome. And defensively, I thought we did a nice job of really limiting them in the half court. I mean, Bellew and Leach got some points, but it was mostly off of ISOs in the half court on some pretty tough shots that they had to work for. We keep them down if we don't have a couple of those live ball turnovers for run-out layups.
You mentioned the assists, and Nate had a game by himself, and just talk about having a kid like that can really create time and space by making the right passes.
100%. It's just Nate's a good point guard, but he's also just unselfish. I mean, he's going out there right now in a lot of these games and just defending his butt off and moving the ball and taking shots when he gets them. And you know what? That's awesome. And as we continue to get towards that as a group, where the ball is moving and people are, I don't know, accepting offensive roles or just making the right play and not worrying about scoring quite as much, we've been getting better. And obviously we had some balance in the first half, which made us hard to guard. I mean, Terrian's hitting some shots. Pete had a huge spark. I mean, Nate hit one. Marcus and Dan still had some. And Dawson's drawing a lot of attention inside. Even when he's not always scoring, there's 2 or 3 guys worried about him in there. When we're looking in there, it's collapsing a little bit and opening up the perimeter and opening things up for us.
Certainly, especially the way Pete played in the first half, really felt like he was opening up other options, and then obviously in the second half with the couple of dunks, the game looks like it's back to where we saw it last year.
100%, and it's just playing hard, rebounding, defending, doing some of those early dirty work things, gets him going, and I mean, Pete's always been such an X factor. When he's good, we're really good, and today we got good Pete, and hopefully we get good Pete the rest of the way.
Marcus continues to hit shots, and I think he had a stretch again today of like 3 or 4 threes in a row that went for him, and it just seems like when he gets hot like that, there's little that can stop him.
No, I mean, he's a special scorer. I mean, he's a good basketball player. I mean, he made some good passes as well, and I mean, they tried to go at him defensively, and I mean, he holds up pretty well. I mean, they tried to ISO him a few times, and it wasn't very successful. And you know what? When he gets going, you try to get him going. I mean, he can go as nuclear offensively as anybody in the country.
A couple weeks ago, this team was really struggling with whether or not it could make the tournament, let alone be in a position it's in now, where now you're looking at the possibility of being a 5 seed, 4 seed, somewhere in there. Talk about the transition of this group from where you were at the end of that tough road trip to where you are now.
For one, off the road trip, we got a little healthy because we were starting to play a little better before that. But at the same time, I mean, we made a few adjustments where, I mean, Nate's playing a little more point guard, getting Dan off the ball some. And honestly, the lineup that we've been starting has kind of been our best defensive lineup. And that's really, we were one of the worst teams in the league defensively. And these last 6 for sure, or last 6 or 7 here, I think we rank in defensive efficiency right at the top of the league. And that's where it kind of changed when we started playing defense better. And I mean, you drill it in all the time, but when they started committing to it, and I don't know if it was with having our backs against the wall or not, that we started defending a little better, but since we've been defending, we've been a better basketball team.
What's the locker room been like through this run as things are starting to fall for these guys now?
I mean, there's a good synergy in there, and we got good kids and good people, and honestly, even when it was going bad, it's not a bad locker room. Our guys are, I mean, there's times when it feels like we're too happy in the locker room for what we are as a team, which I hope that comes out the right way, because I don't want us to be on each other and blaming each other and not getting along. But at the same time, like, we got to find a way. We're playing well right now. We need to keep playing well, but in the future, I mean, we got to figure out ways to to make the changes sooner before our backs are this far against the wall.
Got Grand Valley coming here on Saturday. What's it gonna take to beat them?
I mean, they're playing as well as anybody. I mean, I think they're up on Northern right now, and they beat Ferris and Lake, so they might be coming in after beating the 3 top teams in the standings. So, I mean, we're pretty hot, but they're playing at a very high level. We have to match their physicality. I think they just beat us up a little bit down there. We didn't play overly well, but they're going to play inside out with Marius and Alderink and those guys inside, and they got some guards that can really heat up the basketball on the perimeter, and we're going to have to take care of the ball with Smith and Dox really pressuring it.